Yo, what's up? It's Johnny King. It's a Wednesday afternoon. I'm here in the beautiful backcountry of Colorado, my backyard, doing a little snowshoeing. But this is a momentous hike that I'm on, and I'd love to tell you a story about it, but I also love to bring my wonderful friend Allison, who is here with me, and tell about her story in a moment here. But we've just been kicking it here, loving this hike. But it's not been an easy hike by any means.
Very difficult.
It's been a challenging hike. It's pretty vertical this last mile or so. But why this is significant for me, and then I'll let her share her story real quick, is that just 2 years ago, I was hiking this with three or four of my buddies, and they were all just cruising. I was struggling, just sucking wind so much. And I was like, what is wrong? Why am I really this out of shape? Am I this much older than these guys? Because I was like 3 or 4 years older than them. I was like, oh gosh, I'm showing my age. But the truth be told, what I didn't know was like 3 weeks prior to that, I had been playing in a soccer game and I got kicked in the back of the knee. And what I didn't know was that I had a blood clot in my leg. And that was massively affecting like my heart rate. I just felt like my heart was about to beat out of my chest. So I kept on lying to myself. I'm like, fine, I'm good. I just got to keep pushing. Like, man, something horrible could have happened out here in the woods, to be totally honest. And we have no reception right now. You know, you're out here, and that's kind of the danger of being out in the backcountry is, you know, being isolated. But anyways, that being said, I kept on pushing. I got all the way up to the lake, but man, it was a week later that I was on crutches. I didn't know what I had. I finally ended up going in to the ER and having it diagnosed, and gratefully having it resolved. But man, it's been a battle getting back to the point where I can use my leg, because it's not back. I don't know if it'll ever be back to 100%. We've had to stop multiple times for me because my leg just goes dead. But this is significant because it's been so much more fun this time around. We've enjoyed ourselves so much more. But talk about emotional resilience. I certainly have had to express it in battling back from my injury. But talk about an even more significant injury. This gal here. Tell a little bit about your story.
Oh gosh, where to begin? Yeah, so mine was almost approaching a 2-year mark, so about a year and a half ago. So a torn ACL and MCL, and developed some setbacks in there. So I'm really actually have been far behind and a delay in the process of me getting back to 100% myself. So yeah, as we're hiking, we're talking about 2 years ago. Johnny's on crutches, and I'm in the same boat pretty much almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
We're having to relearn to walk, having surgery, and we're hiking up this massive mountain, this massive hill, and look at how much we've gone, how far we've come, and how we haven't given up, and I'm still not giving up. And there's that resilience that comes with that. There's that tenacity that comes with that, and how we're telling stories about friends that are doing that too. And so yeah, it's neat to have that support, and it's neat to have those people kind of behind you. And there's times where we want to give up because we don't see the end in sight, and we don't know if it's going to end. But then when we look at these, like on Monday, I was actually looking at some wins that I've had. And if I look at 21 months ago, I mean, you're looking almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
How do you look at a small little win? Or how do you, but you know, you look at just some things we're doing in the gym and looking at, hey, you know what, I'm able to do X, Y, and Z now. And so, yeah, it's neat to be out here, enjoy the outdoors, be able to look at the emotional journey and see how far we've come, and to know we're both not giving up on this.
Yeah, and she's absolutely right. Talk about tenacity, resilience. We have so many friends that have, and you see it with professional athletes too. Derek Rose is a great example of having to battle back from multiple knee blowouts and surgeries. There's been so many times that I've seen her in tears. I've wanted to quit. It's just like, but when you really get down to it, it's like to quit would be to give up on this,
Yeah.
right? And we've just been so grateful kind of on this hike that if you're watching this and you're struggling through, whether it be a physical ailment, a disease, an injury, maybe just in a tough place emotionally, man, truth be told, you're going to have those weak moments. But how many times have we supported each other, or you were talking about your friends or my friends who have said like, no, you got to keep going. You got to
Just
keep
on
pushing.
Saturday, I was crying.
Right?
You know, and I had a friend just kind of reach out to me and send me a voicemail,
Yeah.
a 2-minute voicemail of encouragement, and You know, just to see kind of, it was a rough week physically, just some pain, and it was kind of rough emotionally. And I think we are going to have those, and I think it's okay. Claim that, know that, and just kind of knowing that we have those people certainly to support us in that, and again, just not to diminish the pain that maybe if we are going through a particular setback, obstacle, whatever that is, but even knowing that how much I've never in my life told Johnny this, have had to pick myself up more in this during these last 21 months. Yeah. I don't have the end in sight. I don't know when it's going to end for me, but it's a resilience. It's made me stronger, and it's been a true gift to go through this. And I see the world very differently, and I'm grateful that I've gone through it. And so, yeah, absolutely. And so we will have those weaker moments, and but just also know that you'll bounce right back and learn from that too.
Right.
So.
And in a closing thought, something that we just talked about earlier is there's no way that you can go into the gym, let's just say, using that as an analogy, and get stronger without picking up some physical resistance, right? Like muscle demands resistance placed upon it for it to grow. And as individuals, our character, our mindset, our emotional resilience is strengthened through stepping into resistance. And talk about resistance on this hike, talk about emotional resistance going through what we've been through in our own separate ways. You know, I don't know if it gets any easier the older we get. I don't think it does.
No, I don't.
But we get stronger and we get better, right? So
and wiser.
Yeah, exactly. So from the backcountry of Colorado, we'll see you guys soon. Thanks for chatting and tuning in with us. Later.